Hi, everybody. Hi, and welcome. It's so good to see so many people here, and it's a real pleasure to be here tonight. I just wanted to say a few words before we get started. Um, my name is Duane Noch. I work at Two River Theater, and this is what we're calling WTRT Radio in Red Bank, New Jersey. Uh, it's a little project we have going. I started a company 3 years ago called Classic Radio Roadshow, and where we do live performances of radio plays from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And I decided this started because I felt that too much attention was being paid to the visual part of the medium and not to the auditory and to the storytelling part of the medium. So I wanted to start this project, and it's been really thrilling and really enlightening. So many people have said that they enjoy it because it makes them use their imagination more, and that they're more involved in the story, more invested in the stories, and I think it's wonderful. I just wanted to say a few things about Two River Theater. If you visit the website, you can see there's a lot of things going on right now. There's a poetry reading night on June 15th. There's the Shakespeare workshop, the directors and designers, on June 24th. And on June 26th, there's Drag 101, in addition to our show tonight and some other things going on as well. So I hope you all will check out the website and come and participate in all of these things going on at Two River Theater. I just want to introduce our cast tonight. We have Christian Dilks doing the sound. Hi, Christian. Kate Cordaro playing Molly. Mr. Reed as the voice. Oh, there you are. Hi. And Denyse Reed as Gracie Allen. Zeke Zacarro as the great Gildersleeve. Amanda as the little girl. And Taylor Barfield as the Johnson's Glow Coat announcer. Hi, hey, there you are. Just a couple of things about Fibber McGee and Molly, the first show. This episode is from March 5th in 1940. The radio show for Fibber McGee and Molly ran from 1935 until 1959, and it starred a real-life married couple, Jim and Marion Jordan. And I hope you enjoy the show tonight. Okay, let's get started.
And once again, it's Fibber McGee and Molly time. Fibber McGee and Molly, the dramatic story of a woman with her faith in a man and a man with his face in a newspaper. Will something exciting, unusual, or momentous take place in the little frame house at 79 Wistful Vista tonight? Or is that expecting too much? Yes, I guess it's expecting too much. Anyway, here they are, Fibber McGee and Molly.
Anything that's interesting in the paper, dearie?
Well, here's an interesting article in Crop Services, Molly.
You don't say.
Yeah, now you take corn, for instance.
Certainly. We can take it and we can dish it out.
Hey, I'm serious. This writer says that if conditions keep up, the small farmer will be completely annihilated.
Oh.
Hey, what's annihilated?
Annihilated?
Uh-huh.
Why, that means, when the farmer, now...
Where's the dictionary?
It's probably in the closet with the rest of your stuff. Give me your key and I'll get it for you.
Oh, no, you don't. You leave the stuff in that closet. I've got all my stuff arranged in there just the way I want it.
Now, don't be silly. Just give me the key.
Well, yeah, okay. Let's see. Which one of these is the one?
Heavenly days. Why do you carry all these keys? Does it make you feel important or something?
What do you mean important? Every one of them keys is necessary.
What's that little key there for?
That's a padlock key.
What padlock?
Well, for the backyard gate we used to have in Peoria.
What are you keeping that for? Are you homesick?
No, but if we ever move back to Peoria, I'd try to rent the same house, because this key fits the padlock there. You got to think ahead in these things. Oh, and you see this key here?
Looks like the key to a can of salmon.
Nope, sardines. I use that to clean my pipe out with.
I see.
Now, let's see, which one of these keys is the closet door key?
Say, maybe we ought to see if the closet is locked. Let me take a look.
Oh, it's locked, all right. You don't think I'd leave all my personal defects lying around for any prowler to get his hands on?
McGee, it isn't locked.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
can you give me a hand with those? Let's call it out.
Oh.
Help! McGee! I'm buried alive. Get this junk off of me.
Well, all right, but Dad Rabbit, you might have been more careful.
Oh, quick, help! There's funny little bugs all over me. Brush them off, quick.
Oh, calm yourself. Calm yourself. Them are my trout flies.
Oh, dead.
Doggone it, Molly. Why'd you have to go and mess up my closet?
Oh, dear. Come in.
Fibber McGee and Molly,
Yes.
tell me, with all these radio shows being changed, is it true that you're going to cut your program down to 15 minutes?
What do you mean, cut it down? It's only 15 minutes.
What? Boy, it sure seems like a half hour.
Well, as the guy says when he fell off his horse and heard something bust, that sounded like a rib.
Well, never mind that now.
Uh,
Oh, dear. Dear, look at all this junk that fell out of that closet.
don't worry, I'll put it all back, Molly. I'll make
Oh, no, you won't.
Huh?
We're going to go through that pile of whatnots and throw everything out we don't need.
Oh, yeah? Well, I've been through this stuff 100 times, and there ain't a thing of it I can spare.
Oh, there isn't.
No.
What's this old rusty horseshoe for?
Well, I found that in 1911. Soon as I find 3 more, we can pitch horseshoes in the backyard.
I see. You expect to find 3 more.
You betcha.
You don't think the automobile is here to stay, eh?
It won't be if we don't catch up with the payments.
Hi, mister.
Oh, hello there, little girl. What you want?
You remember that job you promised me to take care of your baby, only you didn't have one? So I was going to bring my little brother over and take care of him, remember? Do ya?
Yes, sure, I remember, but I don't see how we can...
Well, the deal is off, see?
What you mean the deal is off? In the first place, there wasn't any deal. And in the second place...
My mommy had to take my little brother to the doctor today, so I can't bring him over.
Oh, well, that's too bad. What's the matter with your little brother? Anything serious?
My mama thinks so.
Oh, she thinks so, huh?
She thinks so. She thinks he swallowed a dime.
Swallowed a dime? Well, say, that is serious.
Oh, no, it isn't.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, no, it isn't.
Oh, yes, it is.
He didn't swallow a dime, I betcha.
Huh?
It was only 8 cents.
Only 8 cents. How do you know?
Well, we were playing slot machine and I fed it to him. What you doing, mister?
Well, we're cleaning out the closet, if you must know.
I mustn't.
Mustn't what?
No.
No?
Yes.
What? Oh, listen, kid. Suppose you go home and annoy somebody else. Go bother your daddy.
He isn't home. He's working on the senseless.
On the what?
The senseless. He goes to people's doors and asks them how many people in the family and how old you are and all the stuff like that there, I betcha.
Oh, you mean the census. Shucks. I didn't think a kid your age knew what a census was.
Well, I do, I betcha.
Yeah?
A census is information, please, on the Red, White, and Blue Network. Hooray for a flag, hold it high. Oh, well, goodbye, mister.
Oh, heavenly days. McGee, imagine all this stuff falling out of one little closet. How'd you ever get it all in there?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I just inherited a gift for packing. My great Aunt Minnie had a job for stuffing pimentos and olives. Oh, hey, look at this, Molly. It's a table I made in manual training. Yeah.
Didn't you ever finish anything? It's only got 3 legs.
They wouldn't let me stay in the 5th grade another year.
McGee, Look, one of our old dance programs from before we were married. I didn't know you were so sentimental, dearie.
Is that a dance program? I was saving it on account of that little pencil hanging onto it. You never know when you'll need a pencil.
Listen to this. Waltz, waltz, turkey trot, waltz, bunny hug, waltz, Texas Tommy, waltz,
What, no square dance?
grizzly bear, waltz. You had every dance with me but the last waltz. McGee, who'd you dance that one with?
Why, nobody. We sat that one out in the buggy, remember?
Oh, yes. And we couldn't go back to the dance because you sat on a box of chocolate-covered cherries and spoiled your white pants.
Let me see now. Molly, how about this old photograph album here?
I should say not. That's got all our family pictures in it.
Oh, dear.
Here's one of my old Aunt Ab and Aunt Carrie. They both had big families.
Yeah, how many kids did they have anyway?
10 between them. Ab 6 and Carrie 4. Hey, now what are you doing?
Well, hello, folks. I was just going by and I thought well, what goes on here? Have you been buying out an antique store?
Hiya, Taylor.
Nah, this is just a lot of old stuff McGee's been hoarding in the closet, Mr. Taylor.
Isn't it wonderful how much you can pack into so little space? For instance, you only give me about 6 lines to tell how Johnson's Glow Coat saves hours of house cleaning because it beautifies and protects linoleum with absolutely no rubbing or buffing.
Yeah, isn't it wonderful?
But in those 6 lines, I think I can get the idea across pretty well that a self-polishing preparation like Glow Coat is the very essence of good housekeeping.
Boy.
It's so easy to use that it's easy to tell about.
Isn't he marvelous, folks? That guy has dedicated his whole life to Johnson's Glow Coat.
What do you mean, Fibber?
Oh, Taylor, they tell me that way back when you were in college, they wanted you to stoke the crew. And you said, no stoking, no rubbing, and no buffing. Even for dear old University of Southwestern Nebraska.
Is that true, Mr. Taylor?
No, I wasn't a crewman. I went out for ROTC.
Oh, Reserve Officers Training Corps.
No, revolutionizing old-time cleaning. Well, so long, folks.
Well, he got you there, McGee.
Well, as the golf ball says when it landed 5 feet from the tee, I think I've been topped.
You mean you're going to keep all this junk? Can't we throw any of it out?
Nope, no, sir. I've got a use for every one of these things.
Now, you don't need this, do you?
Huh?
Now, what good is one snowshoe?
Well, one what?
Snowshoe.
Is that a snowshoe? Why, shucks. No wonder Billy Mills beat me so badly playing tennis.
Oh, now what? Come in.
Oh, say, sis. Hey, Molly, look, it's Gracie Allen.
Well, hello, Gracie. Won't you come in?
Oh, thank you, Molly. And I wouldn't have dropped in it if I had known you were entertaining.
We ain't entertaining.
Oh, you are too. I think you're very entertaining. Now you say something nice about Georgie and me.
Oh, to you?
Yes.
Well, I heard, Gracie, that the difference between our shows is that yours is in the middle of the week and ours is always week in the middle.
Oh.
Gracie, what's this I hear about you running for president of the United States?
Oh, there's nothing to it.
You mean you're not running for president, huh?
I won't be running, but I'll be elected. There's nothing to it.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm not one to be indulging in no gossip, Gracie, but I've heard whispers about Dewey and Hull and Gardner and Taft being in the White House next year. But I suppose they're just rumors.
They are not. I'll be running the White House, and I'm not going to take in any rumors.
What's your party, Gracie?
Well, it's my own party. It's a surprise party.
What an adorable name, dear.
I'm so glad you like it.
You can count on our votes, Gracie. I've always said there should be a woman in the White House.
Well, how about Mrs. Roosevelt?
She's never in the White House.
Molly, do you play bridge?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's too bad. I'm forming my cabinet, and I need 7 more bridge players.
How big a cabinet you going to have?
Just 2 tables.
You need a good pool player?
No, I'm having the pool table taken out. The 8-ball gets in front of too many people.
By the way, Gracie, when do you expect to move into the White House?
January 1st.
January 1st? You ain't going to be inaugurated on New Year's Eve, are you?
Well, I may not be inaugurated, but I'll be doing pretty good. Well, I guess I gotta be running along now.
Yeah, we're glad you dropped by, Gracie. We think, do you think you can handle your campaign all right?
Oh, yes, I can handle my campaign, but the bubbles always tickle my nose a little bit. Well, thanks, folks, and don't forget my slogan, face the White House with Gracie. Well, good night.
Good night.
Well, McGee, I've just about exhausted my impatience with you.
Why?
Packing all that useless junk back in that closet? How about these old books?
What old books? Well, let me see. Oh, them! Well, them's my correspondence course in taxidermy.
Taxidermy? Why on earth did you want to study taxidermy?
Well, how did I know it meant stuffing birds and animals? And there I was, stuck with a chauffeur's license, a city map, and a cab sign on my car.
Well, hurry up and put your playthings back in the closet.
Okay.
It looks terrible laying around here on the floor like all that.
Oh, yeah, I'll get it. Hello? No, this is the residence. You got the wrong number. Oh, is that you, Mert?
Egad, every week the same thing.
Oh, how's every little thing, Mert? What say? Your Uncle Gulliver. Oh, that's too bad, Mert.
Oh, my.
And they ain't found the body yet, huh?
Oh, heavenly days. McGee, what happened?
Mert's uncle drove his car off a cliff and had to walk home. They found the chassis up in a tree, but they don't know where the body is. What say, Mert? Oh, that's okay, Mert. Everybody has the wrong number now and then, except Irving Berlin. Now, let's see now.
McGee, why are you saving this long stick of bamboo?
Why, Molly, that's got a very definite purpose. If I was ever offered a job as sparring partner for Joe Louis, that's the 10-foot pole I wouldn't touch it with.
No. Say, do you really think you can get all this stuff back in the closet?
Why, sure I can. I don't want anybody touching these things either, but me. They're too valuable.
Oh.
And I'd have had it done an hour ago if I hadn't been interfered with.
Oh, all right, you do it then. I have some work to do in the kitchen.
All right, I'll get it. Dadgummit, I wish somebody would crawl in through the window just for the novelty of it. Come in.
Well, hello there, McGee.
Oh, it's you.
Just thought I'd come in to tell you that... Oh, my goodness. What's all this?
Just something out of my closet. I'm straightening it up. Hey, Gildersleeve, put that hatchet down.
I'll do no such thing. That's my Boy Scout hatchet you borrowed last summer.
Dad, Rabbit, it's nothing of the kind. That's my Boy Scout hatchet. Look at the insignia on the handle there. Owl Patrol.
Well, I belong to the Owl Patrol myself.
Oh, yeah? You and the Owl Patrol? Why, you don't even know the password to the Owl Patrol.
Who?
Well, somebody must have told you. Listen here, Gildersleeve. I bet you don't know the first thing about scouting.
I do, too. I was an Eagle Scout with 26 merit badges.
Oh, go on. Can you tie a sheep shank? Can you imitate the mating cry of a chimney swallow? Can you tell which way is north when you're lost in the woods?
Certainly.
How?
I face south, and then I turn around quick.
Look, Gildersleeve, if you're really a scout, you can do your daily good turn by scrambling out of here and let me finish putting this stuff back in my closet.
Well, all right, McGee.
Well?
You're sure that isn't my hatchet?
On my word of honor as a member of the Owl Patrol, Gildersleeve.
Well, all right, McGee. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Huh? Give me the password again, will you?
Who? He's no Boy Scout. That guy couldn't build a fire in a hayloft by rubbing 2 sticks of dynamite together. Oh, well, I gotta get this stuff back in the closet here. And close the door. Yeah. Well, that looks about all of it. Yep. It's all packed back in there. Boy, what a job. Hey, Molly. Molly.
What is it, McGee?
Look, I got all this stuff back in the closet, all straightened out.
Oh, splendid, McGee. Splendid.
And after this, when you want something out of there, you just let me get it for you.
All right.
Yep.
But now that you've got the dictionary out of there, why don't you leave it out? We may need it again.
Ooh.
What's the matter?
I forgot to leave it out. I packed the dictionary back in there.
Oh, heavenly days.
And now here, you stay away from there. And now I know exactly where I put it, and I can get it out with any problem whatsoever. I'll just open the door here and take a look inside. And,
Oh,
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 no.
no.
Oh, here. Molly,
Yes.
I found the dictionary. How do you spell annihilated?
Now look, McGee, that junk of yours is positively not going back into that closet.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, no, it isn't.
Oh, yeah. Hey, wait a minute. That's the wrong routine.
Well, all right then. But if it does go back in there, I'll arrange it myself. Now you keep your hands off it this time.
Are you going to do it all by yourself?
I am.
Fine. As the fat lady says when she took off her corset, that lets me out.
It ain't funny, McGee. Good night now.
Good night.
This is Mr. Taylor speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax and Johnson's Self-Polishing Glow Coat, inviting you to be with us again next Tuesday night. Good night.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Hey. Hey, thank you. Thanks, everybody. That was terrific. Oh, so the next one we're doing is a very short episode of Baby Snooks and Daddy. And Baby Snooks was created by Fanny Bryce, who was in the Ziegfeld Follies. And she first did this character in 1912, but it didn't get a life on radio until 1944 with her own show. And it ended in 1951. So without any further ado, this is Baby Snooks and Daddy.
Hello?
Hello? Is that you, Snooks?
Hello?
Hello? Where's your daddy?
Hello?
Hello? Who is this?
This is the operator. 5-6, please.
Snooks, it is you, isn't it?
No, this is my father. You want to play poker?
Snooks, where is your daddy?
He jumped out of the window and the big eagle grabbed him and flew.
Give me that phone. Hello, John.
Hello, Daddy.
We'll see you soon. I've got to rush out and buy a suit as soon as I put Snooks to bed. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Daddy. Well, I lay 9 to 5. He never gets out.
Goodbye, baby, on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock.
Snooks, I don't want you to answer the phone anymore.
Why?
Because you say a lot of crazy things and confuse people. Why did you tell John I jumped out of the window?
I always tell him that.
You always tell him I jump out the window?
Uh-huh.
Well, what for?
I don't know.
Suppose I do jump out the window one day and you tell him that. He won't believe you, will he?
No.
Snooks, Have you ever heard the story of the little boy who cried wolf?
No, tell it to me.
Oh, well, I stuck my neck out that time. Look, I'll tell it to you tomorrow. I've got to hurry and get to the clothing store.
Why?
I'm going to be fitted for an Easter suit.
When is Easter, Daddy?
It falls on the 5th this year. You see, Easter Sunday is governed by the date of the Paschal full moon. If the Paschal full moon falls on a Sunday, then the following Sunday is Easter.
Is the moon gonna fall?
The moon is not going to fall. According to scientists, there's no danger of the moon falling for the next 70 million years.
Will it fall on the people?
I suppose so. Oh, and now, what are you crying about? It won't happen for at least 70 million years.
Oh, I thought you said 7 million.
Well, now you don't have to worry anymore. Good night.
Good night, Daddy. Daddy!
Yes?
Why does the moon make it Easter?
Well, the Paschal full moon is the 14th day of the lunar month, reckoned according to the old ecclesiastical computation, and not the real or astronomical full moon.
You know everything, don't you, Daddy?
Just about. Any more questions?
Yeah. Who tells the bunnies when it's Easter?
They don't have to be told.
Then how do they know when to lay the eggs?
Bunnies don't lay eggs.
Why?
Now, how do I know?
Chickens lay eggs.
I can't help it.
Why?
Snooks, I'll explain it to you in the morning. The tailor's waiting to measure me for my suit.
I want to go with you.
Snooks,
I want to go with you.
you can't go with me. Can't I buy a suit of clothes without having you tag along?
Mommy is going, ain't she?
No, not this time she isn't.
No.
I'm going to wear what I want for the first time in my life. I'm sick of these bell-bottom pants.
Your coat's nice, Daddy.
Nice.
Yeah. I like the way it zips up the back. It's a zoot suit with a reed pleat.
You and your mummy, you wait until I show you with my new suit. I'm getting a spring coat, too.
With springs in it?
No, not with springs in it.
No.
No, a nice conservative model with padded shoulders and a flared waistline. Just a few pleats on the hem.
Are you gonna get a feather on your hat again?
Don't be sarcastic.
I'm not being sarcastic.
I'm buying this coat at Squire's because they have a bargain sale. A $35 coat marked down to $9.75.
How do you know, Daddy?
Well, because he advertises that way. All his coats are down.
Are his pants down too?
What's the matter with you?
I want to go with ya.
Now, Snooks, why should you want to go to the tailor's with me?
I want to get an Easter suit.
You'll have a new dress, I promise you. Good night.
Good night, Daddy. Daddy!
Oh, what do you want?
Raise the Easter eggs?
If I tell you, will you let me go?
Maybe.
All right. Do you want the rabbit to lay the Easter eggs?
No.
Do you want the chicken to lay them?
No.
Well, then who do you want to lay the eggs?
You.
Okay, I'll lay the Easter egg. Satisfied?
No. Lay one now.
I will not! Oh, Snooks, please let me get out of the house. You want me to look nice, don't you?
Yes, Daddy.
Fine, and I'll buy you a new dress. And then, when I put on my new suit and coat, we'll be the hit of Easter parade.
Will you buy me a rabbit too, Daddy?
All right, I'll buy you a rabbit.
A white rabbit?
Yes, a white rabbit.
I don't like a white rabbit.
Well, what do you want? What kind do you want?
I want a blue rabbit with a purple head and a green tail.
You're insane.
Yeah.
Either you take a white rabbit or you get nothing.
I'll take it, Daddy.
And remember, you'll have to care for it yourself. No rough handling. You'll treat it just like a baby.
Like a baby?
Yes, you'll handle the rabbit exactly the way Mother handles Robespierre.
Will I have to change its diaper?
Yes, you'll have to change his water every day.
I wasn't going to say that.
I don't care what you were going to say! I'm not going to waste another second here. Good night.
Good night, Daddy. Daddy!
Oh, what is it now?
You ain't really going to buy me a rabbit, are ya?
Well, I'll think about it.
When?
Tonight, if you go right to bed, turn out the lights, say your prayers, and ask the angels to make you a good girl, maybe I'll bring a rabbit home with me.
All right, Daddy.
Good. Hurry now. Under the covers.
Yeah.
There. Out with the light. Now say your prayers. What are you mumbling?
That's my prayer.
I can't understand a word you're saying.
I ain't talking to you, Daddy. I'm talking to the angels.
Well, they can't understand you either. Speak up.
All right. Dear angels, please make my daddy a good boy so he'll bring me home a rabbit tonight. Signing off.
Snooks, that's no way to talk to the angels.
Well, they like it, Daddy.
How do you know?
I'll show you. You like it, don't you, angels? That's okay with us, Snooks. You'll get your rabbit.
Oh, good night.
Good night, Daddy.
Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. If the bob breaks,
Hey, thank you. That's it. Very, very short. So I'd like to open it up now. If anyone watching had any comments or any advice or questions, anything whatsoever, just you could raise your hand maybe. Is that what we should do, Hannah? If you know how to raise your hand at the bottom, there's or you could do a thumbs up. Is that, or can you see how to raise your hand?
We also have the chat box if anybody has
Oh, the
questions.
chat box. Right,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, thanks, yeah. Thanks, all you guys. I I just appreciate you all being here, that's all. Thank you. Yeah, they probably did, huh? Good. Did you ever hear any of these before? The Fibber. I only vaguely remember someone. I think my mother talking about Fibber's Closet, and that's something I remember from just very vaguely. They did Christmas episodes? No, we're not in the same room. We spared no expense with with our production values here. We've recreated the homes of all these actors in the studio. No, we're not. We're all in our own homes, and obviously this this show is best done live, you know. And the Foley sound effects table is always the star of the show. You know, a little door to open and close. There's an old telephone and with a ringer, and we did It's a Wonderful Life, and there's a box of cornstarch that we squeeze to make the crunching sound of snow, walking in the snow. It's just fascinating how they did all these sound effects then, and it's really wonderful when it's not anything like what it sounds it's going to be. I remember when we did a Halloween one, there was a tube that we whipped around her head, and it makes an eerie whistling sound as it, when the ghost was appearing. Yeah, thanks to Christian. Christian, can you pop on screen for just a second and take a bow? Christian Dilks did the sound effects. A lot of it was Foley. Hi, Christian. And there was some recorded sound too. And in fact, in the 30s and 40s and 50s, they did use a recorded sound. There were a few, like a bank of turntables. They would have recorded sound effects on each one, and music and everything. In the very beginning, they had a full orchestra on stage in the sound studio with them when they were doing the shows.
So, Duane, we have a question from Lori Noch for Amanda. Can you talk about how you developed your character, Baby Snooks?
Yes, well, I had a couple of dear friends in New York who kind of adopted me when I moved there. One was Madeline Guilford, who was Jack Guilford's widow. Wow. And the other was Becky Stein, who was a dancer with Jack Cole in the Ziegfeld Follies. And Becky talks kind of like this. So, I imagined Becky as a little baby, so like just young and stuff. So I took her from here down to here.
great.
Daddy. So yeah, that's how I did it.
Was it too much? Was Daddy too angry with baby Snooks, or could he have gone even angrier?
She's very frustrated.
That's right. Oh, Janet Dilks, one of my favorite field trips as a child was the sound studio at NBC. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's great. In the dark and showed us how to make the sounds. Oh, that's a great idea to do that. I think I'll steal that idea when we get to do our live shows again. It's like that Halloween game where you have like a bowl full of onions or those canned onions, those little baby things, and you know, people have to feel it and guess what it is. It's, you know, slimy guessing game. Because it's really great the way they did sounds. I wish I could think. Oh, did you ever see the wind machine? It's just like a drum, a wooden drum that they crank with fabric over it. And when they turn the drum, the slats in the drum rub against the fabric, and it makes a whooshing sound. It sounds like wind. It's incredible.
Duane,
Yeah.
a question, sort of an offshoot from a comment that Kara has asked. Could you talk a little bit about the artistic choice to have us turn off our videos during the performances?
I just went with that because personally, I didn't want to be distracted by seeing all the different faces and everything. And I thought it would help people to encourage people to close their eyes to, like Janet Dilks was saying, as if you were in the dark and just listening to it, to concentrate on the listening and taking in the show through your ears. And I hope that helped you to. And it's also, I did a radio show at a professional theater quite a few years ago, and I played this overweight character that I could never be casted, never in a million years. But, you know, because of radio, I was able to do it. It was great fun. And it's really fun when the characters are so different from, you know, who you are as an actor. But I thought it would help people. Yeah.
I also think that it's also partly the curse of the medium of Zoom and internet is that we ran into over the rehearsal process of this and other things that the more people are on video, the more likely it is that somebody is going to lag. And that's always unfortunate when it's smack in the middle of the scene that your scene partner suddenly turns into a robot when you weren't expecting it.
Yeah.
And like I remember the first rehearsal that you said something about it being freeing to turn off the video, and I really felt that doing this whole thing when we were doing Romeo and Juliet. I always, a part of my brain was always like, do I look like an idiot as I'm saying these words right now? And like, you know, 6 times out of 10, I looked like an idiot.
No, you never.
Here, it was great because, you know, I was like all up on the mic and like running around and like had like a, you know, and it really didn't matter. So it was really freeing. So thank you for that. Yes,
yeah. There are some pictures, some candid shots of actors at the mics. You know, like Bob Hope and Lucille Ball and a bunch of people, and they would go crazy at the mics and do whatever they wanted to do to help them, you know, realize the characters and, you know, get closer to the other character and sharing the mic. And they didn't have to, they did actually have studio audiences, though there were no laugh tracks then. They actually wanted to hear feedback. And actually doing this comedy, it would have helped us, don't you guys think? It would have helped a lot to have some auditory reassurance that people were there actually listening. You know. Yes, yeah, I heard Lori. She's in the same room. She's in the other room with me, my wife. So I did hear her chuckle a few times. Yeah. Oh yeah, good. Yeah. What? Fanny Brice was married to a career criminal? Oh, you have to expound on that, or I have to look it up. Poor Fanny Brice died when she was like 57 years old or something like that, or She was very young.
Nicky Arnstein was the guy, and he was. You find him in various, or his character in various mob movies. I believe that he was in Boardwalk. He was seen in Boardwalk Empire.
Oh, really?
Set in Atlantic City.
Wow.
As not a major character, but frequently in meetings where the mob was getting together.
Wow. I'll have to watch that. I'll have to look out for that. And I'll look at, what movie was that someone suggested? The
A Funny Girl.
Oh, Funny Girl. Right. Yeah, and Gracie Allen, people, stars of other shows would be guest stars on other ones all the time, and it was great fun. Charlie McCarthy, and he would be a guest on some other shows, and it was a lot of fun. You know, I think it started off where people stayed in their own programs, but then as time went on, it helped to advertise the other show. You know, the other show to have them as a guest star on the one they're on, like Gracie Allen on this one. It wasn't in the script, the Gracie Allen in the transcribed script that we saw, but I heard a broadcast of it, and the broadcast of that episode featured Gracie Allen, so I wanted to add her, and she's a lot of fun. Oh my God. Stole $5 million in bonds. Oh my God.
You see, Duane, you say that, and now I'm just picturing the shadow falling out of Fibber's closet. I know the hearts of man, but I did not want to know what was in that closet.
Right. Who knows what evil lurks in Fibber's
The
closet.
shadow knows. But the closet.
So people listening in, would you like to hear any other of these? Is this something you'd like to see more of or hear more of? And if you do, what do you have specific shows that you are curious about or know that you would like to hear from? Oh, more Baby Snooks? Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, Jack Benny. Did you Mel Blanc and Jack Benny? Oh my gosh, what a hilarious couple of guys!
You're thinking of the Psy?
Yeah. Well,
when he plays the.
There was a bunch of times where he's a character on Jack's show, and it's hilarious. He was a Fuller Brush guy one time, and his name was he sprayed every time he said his name or something. I can't think of what the details are now, but he would often be a guest on the Jack Benny show. And the Bickersons. We've done an episode of the Bickersons before with Don Amici and Langford.
Francis Langford.
Francis Langford.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great show.
That's terrific.
Yeah, we'll have to think about that one. Yeah. Well, let's see what we can do. Yeah, Baby Snooks. I love Baby Snooks. They're very short and sweet. The Bickerson snores. Yes. Yeah, every episode starts with him.
One of my favorite lines from the Bickersons when he's late for work and he just, what's her name? Blanche? Blanche.
Yes, Blanche.
I'm late for work. I can't find my hat. It's in the refrigerator. What's my hat doing in the refrigerator? And now I can't find my lunch. It's in your hat.
Yeah. Oh, we're doing actually an episode of Armus Brooks with my Classic Radio Roadshow company. We just started working on one, and we did do a Life of Riley episode. That's great stuff, man. Yeah, that's great stuff. And there was a commercial on it from the Meat Institute of America, and I don't know what the Meat Institute does exactly, but they institute meat, I guess. Can we do real commercial recordings? I don't know. The area of copyright in this is kind of fuzzy. Some sources I've seen say that you really should get the rights from from the original place, like Conte Nast still owns the rights to The Shadow, because presumably they're going to be doing another. Remember in the 90s, Alec Baldwin did a film version of The Shadow, and presumably they'll be doing something else soon. I don't know, but I would be afraid of doing real commercials for copyright reasons, unless it's a product that no longer exists. That maybe that's possible. Yeah, we did miss the Johnson's glow coat was slipped into the middle of that, and all of the Fibber and Molly episodes. There's the commercial is written into the thing, and Harlow Wilcox, the Taylor played, is always a character on there. They always run into him somehow, and he's got to tell about the wonderful attributes of Johnson's glow coat. Oh, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Yeah, I like Baby Snooks too. Oh, what if the brands are defunct? Yeah, I think that if we can find something. I know I was looking for a commercial for the next one that we're doing, and it was a great one on the Fred Allen show. And they never say the name of the product till the very end, and the audience says it. It's a laxative, a saline laxative of some kind that I'm sure it doesn't exist anymore. And it's just hilarious. I think we've got to resurrect that one.
What's its name again? You know the name.
Yeah.
This product with this, and it does. It's called laxative.
Right. Is Lux soap still on the shelves anywhere? Do you know? I'm not sure. But there's a couple of great Luster Cream Girl. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, the smoking and the cigarette ads. Yeah. Absolutely. All the Blondie episodes were sponsored by Camel cigarettes, so they all had how wonderful Camels were, and even doctors recommend them. Did you think the timing was okay? Were there any lags between the lines or anything? Maybe it helped a lot to have our video off. I didn't feel like it, but what do you think? No? Good. Yeah. Oh, the closet. Yeah. Well, in the queue itself, unfortunately, I should have edited it, because there's a small little drop of things, and then there's a beat or two, and then there's a bigger crash. I should have just gone with the bigger crash. Yeah. Well, if anyone has anything else to say, I think we should wrap it up. How do you guys feel? So I'd like to do this again sometime if you guys are all interested, and we'll see what we can come up with. Some Baby Snooks, or some the Bickersons, or there's a lot of stuff. The Life of Riley is great funny stuff. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Well, we'll see you all. Thanks, Hannah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.